Hey guys, what's going on? This is your guy, Dragon Samurai 14, and
Sonic B Champ.
Today is my new vlog of the day for my YouTube channel. Today's vlog of the day is going to be of a special certain topic. Should you say the title or should I say the title?
Survivor Series.
We watched WWE Survivor Series 2016, the 30th annual Survivor Series, last night. This year was pretty interesting. It was a really, really good Survivor Series this year. And this actually happens to be Sonic B Champ's first official pay-per-view to watch it from beginning to end.
I was just trying to make sure I didn't get picked up on Mike.
So what are your thoughts on this year's Survivor Series, bro?
I thought it was really good. I definitely would watch another pay-per-view. I feel like it was like, I don't know, it left you wanting more to an extent because, first we saw the Divas, 5 versus 5.
Yep.
That one went really well because, it's the stereotypical what I expect in the match, betrayals, people flying out of the rings.
That was just unexpected, though, of what with you and me both saw at the end of that Divas match.
Yeah, I know, when Bayley was getting beat up by,
Yeah, Charlotte's most shocking betrayal. But what did you expect? I mean, Charlotte's currently a heel.
Yeah, I don't like Charlotte, but, I thought that was an interesting add-in, though.
Well, she's just being exactly like her father, because that is Ric Flair's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So she's turning out like her dad back in his old days.
Oh, yeah.
Next was the Intercon. I think it was the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Intercon.
Yeah.
Kalish? No. He was later.
It was the Intercontinental Championship match, The Miz versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I was like Sami Zayn and The Miz. That one was exciting because I really thought Sami Zayn was going to win it.
Yeah.
And then, The Miz's girlfriend was like, I'm going to ring the bell over here and make them think it's done.
Yeah, the wife of The Miz, Maurice, had rang the bell, causing Sami Zayn thinking that, oh, The Miz tapped, I won, I'm the new champ. When the truth is the match was still going. And The Miz pinned him and won. I was pissed off. Big time. Isn't that right?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was pretty mad. I mean, I'm starting to get mad at Maurice. So if she turns out to be either a manager or basically a fighting character in 2K17 when I get it for the Xbox One, oh my god, I'm going to enjoy kicking her butt when I get the game.
Mm-hmm.
The next match was not really... The next match wasn't really my favorite out of all.
The next one was the first 5 versus 5, right?
No, it was a 10-on-10 Survivor Series tag team match.
Oh, yeah.
Instead it was all the tag team matches. I didn't see it, but Harry saw it.
I saw it. It was okay. Oh, wait, it was all the tag teams, right?
Well, yeah, technically I saw the tag team match, but I didn't see the beginning of it.
New Day, and then, the rest of them.
See, you have New Day, Sheamus and Cesaro.
The Usos?
No, that's Team SmackDown.
That was later.
This is Team Raw.
Oh, yeah.
So we had the New Day, Cesaro and Sheamus, Luke Gallows and Anderson, a.k.a. The Club, Big Cass and Enzo, and the Shining Stars. They were all in there for Team Raw. And then Team SmackDown was the Usos, Heath Slater and Rhino. Who else was in there? American Alphas.
Yeah.
That's 3 so far. Oh, God, it's hard.
I can't think of the other ones, but
Neither can I.
The match was kind of special, except New Day did a really fast elimination. Like it was like under a minute. They were saying it was like a new record or something. That's what the announcers were saying.
It's always about new records.
Yeah, and then so New Day had eliminated one of the teams already, and then right after that, New Day got eliminated because they got cocky.
Yeah, so with
it was kind of funny, but it sucks. I really like New Day because of booty yells.
That's right. On my birthday, Harry and I went to FYE with 3 of my friends, and we actually saw a box of Bootios for like $12 to $13. I'm like, oh my god, it's an actual cereal. I've been thinking I hope they are still selling the Bootios because I actually
They probably will because WWE season's still strong.
That and plus the New Day still the tag team champions. They're still a team right now. So I get the feeling that until New Day disbands, the Bootios will still be available.
Probably.
The following match was for the Cruiserweight Championship, Kalisto versus
Kalisto versus
Brian Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick.
And Brian Kendrick, who is a WWE veteran, making his big comeback and is now the Cruiserweight Champion. That match
I didn't like it because Kalisto, sorry man. Kalisto would have won it, but then didn't someone hop in? Baron Corbin. I can't think of his name. That's why I was like, was that the match? Yeah.
Baron Corbin had recently just been drafted from NXT. He made his official main roster debut at WrestleMania this year. He just came out of NXT, just like Finn Balor and Nia Jax and American Alpha and Carmella, along with Enzo Amore and the Vaudevillains.
Yeah. So he ended up hopping in and taking on Brian.
He first takes out Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, he took out Brian Kendrick, and then Kalisto tried to take him down, but it was too late because Kalisto was going to try to stop his interference because he knew that would cost him the match. But as soon as Brian was attacked, they ended the match. And Kalisto attacked, what's his name again?
Brian Kendrick.
Brian Hendrick.
Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick. Okay, Brian Kendrick.
It's okay.
I know.
We can watch the Cruiserweight division. We can watch the Cruiserweight tournament when this is over.
Okay. But Kalisto ended up losing the match by disqualification because he got outside help. Even though he's a face and he did not want that to happen, that's why he attacked the guy, and it cost him the match.
Baron Corbin steams that he's like, so far he calls himself the Lone Wolf, and that's actually kind of hurting me personally because. I kind of see myself as a wolf, in a sense. Yes, I'm called Dragon Samurai 14, but that was an early name I gave myself. But I just like wolves so much, so him taking on the persona of a lone wolf, that's one part that's pissing me off. I don't like the reason he gave off when Daniel Bryan confronted him about it. He was all like, hold on a second. 1 second, guys. Excuse me. Yes, I just burped out of camera. But when he said, I don't want more little guys in this roster. Dude, just because they're small doesn't mean they're weak. I mean, look at Kalisto. The guy is athletic. He's strong. I mean,
he was doing freaking jumps out of the freaking ropes and shit and going through them and just like flipping and God.
And that's what helped him win the United States Championship a few months ago before he lost it to Rusev. I mean, that guy was able to defend the title against Ryback before Ryback left.
And then, see, after that one was the 5v5, right?
The 5v5 Superstar Survivor Series Elimination Tag Team
match. That one was crazy. It was Roman Reigns.
I actually looked up how long that match was.
It was long.
That match was like 52 minutes long. That was almost an hour. For Team Raw, you had Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, and who else? I mean, that's 4 of them.
Yeah. I can't think of the last one's name off the top of my head.
Hang on, let's see. Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman!
Yeah.
The former black sheep of the Wyatt family. Then for Team SmackDown, you had AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Shane McMahon. Raw versus SmackDown. This makes me think of the old games, SmackDown versus Raw. Anyone remember those video games? I remember I played that video game. I used to play a few of the video games when I was a little kid, when I used to hang out at a friend of my mom's house.
Well, I have WWF on the Atari 64, but it's called Warzone. So I have that one. So I can.
That reminds me. Remember when we saw that WCW video game? Yeah, me and Harry went down to a video game store a few weeks ago. No, was it last week?
Last week.
Because I'm officially back on Xbox One hunting, and I wanted to go get information to see what prices they have for an Xbox One with 1 terabyte. Because this video game store, they sell a lot of old products. They sell video games and consoles from NES, from Atari, all the way to modern consoles.
Actually, they have stuff before Atari. They have like the original stuff.
Yeah, that part I do know, but
you just can't think of their names. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, there is the Odyssey.
No, they have ones before that. They have like
the Odyssey was
the little cassette ones.
Well, technically, the Odyssey was the first video game console. Technically. We'll look it up.
Do you know that for a fact?
We'll look it up later.
Do you know that for a fact? Where's my phone?
I don't know.
Oh, I left it in the room. Oh well.
The way how the match turned out, the one thing I did not expect was when Braun Strowman got eliminated because of James Ellsworth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I was kind of pissed.
You're like, wait, why is that guy running?
I'm not liking James Ellsworth. I mean, I understand he's a rising star because of how he's been and everything, but let's make no mistake.
When he grabs a guy up from under the mat. Hey, buddy. That was great.
I mean, you don't know this, but James Ellsworth fought Braun Strowman in his debut match when he was just a local competitor.
Uh-huh.
So he was the first victim of Braun Strowman's current streak of wins on Monday Night Raw as singles competing. I get the strangest feeling that streak is going to end soon.
Probably.
Yeah. Because he's going on about like, I want more competition, and you keep giving me this crap.
So yeah, the 5v5 went well. I think one of my favorite parts was that Roman Reigns was holding his own against two people at once.
My favorite part was when I have two favorite parts. My first favorite part.
Oh yeah, the Shield reunion.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose, after he was eliminated, he came back and this time was getting taken out by the security. And instead of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins not doing anything, they went to go help their fellow brother. So now officially. No, not really officially.
Everyone was out of the ring. Everyone was literally out of the ring. Except one guy. One guy climbed back in. Or was thrown back in, kind of.
Yeah, but for the first time that we have not seen in a long time, every former member of the Shield, now as a face, because Roman Reigns is technically a face, Dean Ambrose is a face, now that the rivalry between him, AJ Styles, and John Cena, now that John Cena's back in a different season of his TV show.
I feel like Roman Reigns is more of a tweener though. Like he's kind of going towards that stage, you know. He's kind of still does heel things, but he is a face, like for the most part.
Yeah, he's still a tweener.
Kind of towards that heel stage.
I have never seen
in between.
I have never seen a tweener run last this long. This is the first ever tweener run I've ever seen, though.
For Roman Reigns.
For any superstar in general.
Oh yeah.
Because I recently got into WWE officially in 2015. I was in WWE. I was into WWE when I was a little kid. Then I tried again by 2011. That didn't work out. Mm-hmm. Then I got back into it in 2015, and I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm going back into WWE. I'm going to get the video games. I'm going to get the WWE Network. I'm going to get movies. I'm going to do what I can. I'm a WWE fan again. And that's when I officially became a fan of The Undertaker, Finn Balor, and many other superstars. Now, the second favorite scene that I did not expect was when Shane McMahon was about to use the coast-to-coast move on Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns reversed it with a spear.
That was great.
I looked it up. He suffered a ligament concussion.
A legitimate?
Legitimate.
Okay. So he had a concussion. I thought, like the way he was looking, he looked really glazed over and dazed. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he hurt his head.
Yeah.
It was probably from the impact and the whiplash. Because when he landed, he was like on his back, but his neck moved really fast. So he definitely probably suffered from whiplash as well. So he might be out for a while.
This is the second time I've seen Shane McMahon get that injured. I mean, the last time I saw him get that...
Shouldn't have risked it.
Well, that's the thing. Shane McMahon is not afraid to hurt his body. I mean,
we saw him jump off the...
I saw him jump off the Hell in the Cell.
Those guys, remember?
Yeah, I saw him jump... You see, the first time I saw Shane McMahon do something like that, technically, was when I watched WrestleMania 32. His match against The Undertaker. Yeah. And if he won, he would get control of Raw.
You showed me that.
Yep. Jumps off a 20 feet tall Hell in a Cell and lands straight into the announce table after The Undertaker dodged the move right away.
Mm-hmm.
That was one epic match.
I mean, that was risking it, and that made it more memorable. Q, remember it? Because of that little thing going on. But, he also... He took a less risky move where he, like, jumped off the top rope, off the stage, off the ring.
I think so.
He did that into, like, you know, like the little kind of crowd.
Mm-hmm. Now, the end of that match, I was kind of a little disappointed about the fact that Team SmackDown won. Because, I kind of root for Team Raw because, hey, Raw was the roster I started with. But now onward with the main event that was, at the same time, awesome, but some fans are going to say it was disappointing.
Yeah, I think it was great, but disappointing because it was so short.
Yeah. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar's rematch that took 12 years after Goldberg had left WWE, after they both left WWE after WrestleMania 20.
And Brock Lesnar came back.
Mm-hmm.
So he had his
UFC career.
Streak, but not streak.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar being a conqueror, defeating the Undertaker's streak and defeating the streak 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. In WrestleMania 30?
Yes, WrestleMania 30 in 2014. That was the biggest, saddest moment of my life when I found out.
Of course.
But then again, that streak has been avenged, so I can rest easy.
Yeah,
on that
he's getting back into it.
Yeah, but this was a match I did not expect would come back. But at the same time, I knew the second I saw the reveal trailer of the pre-order exclusive character on the WWE 2K games, I right away knew Goldberg's coming back.
Yeah,
because
I remember that too. You were like, "Yep, he's coming back." I just saw him as a downloadable character.
Yeah, because if you don't include the Terminator, who was the pre-order exclusive for 2K16 last year, Ultimate Warrior, pre-order exclusive character for 2K14, came back for the WWE Hall of Fame. Rest in peace, because he passed away a few days later after that.
Yeah.
So I felt bad about that. Then 2K15, Sting was the pre-order exclusive, and then he came back in Survivor Series 2014. That was an awesome thing. I even have 2 DVDs of Sting. One is the best of Sting, and the other one is Sting Into the Light, which is basically a WWE documentary that documents
his start all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
He talks about how he started his run, and meanwhile his transition from going into WWE. So the match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, some people said that match was bad. You know, the first match, because
just how fast it went. Oh, wait, the first match.
The very first match.
Okay, I thought you meant this one.
A lot of people didn't like it. I heard a lot of people didn't like it because the fact is, because they were both leaving the company after. So it's like they didn't put their mind into it or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I've seen the match.
They didn't put their all into it. Like, they could have gone better, but they were like, this is our last match, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, because, Goldberg was leaving, Brock Lesnar was leaving. And the thing is, Brock Lesnar continued fighting.
Yeah.
And Goldberg and that was the last match Goldberg did before last night.
Yeah.
So he hadn't wrestled for 12 years, and yet he comes back and being able to fight again.
And
I was happy to see Goldberg come back, though. I'm officially a fan of Goldberg after hearing his music and seeing his start of a rivalry with The Rock when he made his debut. But the match I thought was pretty good, because that shows that now Goldberg is 2-0 against Brock Lesnar.
Only one other person has done it, and that's John Cena.
Yeah, I believe John Cena beaten Brock Lesnar twice.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Brock Lesnar is going to have to live with the fact that he still has not defeated Goldberg.
And that's the one superstar he hasn't defeated, right?
True.
And that means
they only fought twice so far now.
That means I kind of think that Goldberg's going to at least... I know he said he had one more jackhammer in him, and that was what won him the match, actually. He went, what was it, spear?
He did
spear,
2 spears and 1 jackhammer.
That's all he needed. Like, Brock Lesnar had picked him up and was going to set him up, but then Goldberg was just like, how about no? And just speared him.
And just shoved him. You see?
Yeah, he shoved him, and then while he was getting him, speared him.
Brock Lesnar was going to try and slam him on the turnbuckles at the ring post, but Goldberg was like, nope! And just shoves him off and just roars at him, and Brock's like giving this face like, oh my god, this brings back memories.
He was like, oh, I think I just made him mad. So then he got speared. Then Goldberg did his little walk around, because Brock Lesnar was hurt after the first spear. Then the second spear, Brock Lesnar was definitely hurt and showing signs. And then got picked up and jackhammered. And that was great, because it was... I believe the match was like about 50-something seconds.
It was a 1 minute and 52 minutes. It was 1 minute and 52 seconds.
Okay. I was like, it felt a lot shorter but it probably would have been a lot shorter.
It was less than...
If he didn't do his little walk around, it would have been a lot shorter. If they weren't putting on a show. But that was a really good match. And
now,
I even told Michael, I was like, I'm calling it. It's going to be a short match. Goldberg's going to dominate, and Brock Lesnar's not going to stand a chance.
Yeah, because, I mean, the only reason I thought for a split second that Brock Lesnar was going to win, it was because I thought for a while, if you go back to Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, the match they did at WrestleMania wasn't the first time they fought.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker has fought Brock Lesnar before WrestleMania, and he defeated Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar beats Undertaker at WrestleMania. So that means that's 1-1. Now, you go back to SummerSlam 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker won because of someone rang the bell, and then Undertaker supposedly tapped, so that would make it 2-1. Mm-hmm. But the referee didn't see Undertaker tap. So Undertaker, while the ref wasn't looking, low blows Brock Lesnar and puts him into the Hell's Gate, and Lesnar falls unconscious, causing now Undertaker to be 2-1 against Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. Then you go to Hell in a Cell 2015, which I kind of did not watch, but I read the results.
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar beated Undertaker at Hell in a Cell by a low blow. So now the score between Lesnar and Taker is 2-2. Mm-hmm. So now they're even. So I thought for a split second, if that rule is going to abide by Goldberg,
you thought he was going to lose the match?
I thought for a split second Goldberg was going to lose that match because I was worried about the fact is Goldberg hadn't wrestled for 12 years. That's going to be a lot.
He's still kept in shape, though.
That is true. When I saw how muscular he was still being, he still looked like the Goldberg back then.
That's the thing. Once you leave WWE, if you were in good shape then, if you're in good shape for however many years you're in something, you're going to stay in good shape. Like, I do the same thing, like, with martial arts. I still may not go to my classes, but I still keep in shape. Because I'm used to keeping in shape, and it's easier to maintain it than lose it and try to get it back. So, also that and Goldberg's older, and when you're older, you want to maintain your health for as long as you can.
True.
So, he's like, okay, I'm already maintaining it this long, I'm going to keep going, that way I have, more years in me.
Now, another reason I think that match was shortened was because I was on a YouTube channel called Wrestle Talk News, something like that, and the host for Wrestle Talk was saying Goldberg hurt himself. So I think they only shortened that match.
He hurt his knee?
I think he either hurt his knee or one of his arms. Either way, that would mean the match would have to be shortened because they don't want Goldberg to worsen his injury or something like that.
Well, I mean, they've had people go in with neck injuries, and then they still wrestle the entire full match.
I mean, Kurt Angle did that. He had he had a flipping broken neck.
Did he still win?
I think he did.
I forget. I remember one guy said, like, hey, I had a full neck injury or something like that, and they're all like, and I still won. I still wrestled or something like that. I still held my own.
That's Kurt Angle. Was he bald?
That was probably him.
That was Kurt Angle.
That was him then. Okay.
There are rumors going on that Kurt Angle is going to be making a WWE return. I even seen a video of him talking about a potential WWE return. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing Kurt Angle come back. Same with Jeff Hardy. I heard Jeff Hardy's been wanting to come back too.
That'd be neat.
Now, I've never seen Jeff Hardy wrestle. Never. So I'm going to go on WWE Network and watch Jeff Hardy fight.
I might have. I'm trying to think. When did he retire?
I think he left. No, technically he left WWE, and then now he's in TNA.
When did he leave?
I think he left somewhere in 2010.
I might have seen him wrestle then. Not live. I might have seen like a video.
Well, either way, I'm gonna want to watch Jeff Hardy fight. But I heard Jeff Hardy's been into drugs lately.
Yeah, so they might not let him in there unless he quits or agrees to like rehab or something.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy's right now under contract with TNA for another year, so we gotta wait till 2017 to see if Jeff Hardy will officially be making his comeback to WWE. There's also been rumors going on that Vince McMahon's gonna want to buy TNA.
I've heard about that too.
Yeah,
I heard about TNA getting purchased, and then they're gonna have like all the TNA people join WWE and then split them like they've been doing.
Yeah.
Or I've also heard rumors, like a couple times from a couple people who talk about WWE, and they said TNA is going to become a third branch. So it's going to become like, there's Raw, SmackDown, and then TNA. And I'm like, They could do that, but it'd be a little weird when you think about it. Because then that means Raw versus SmackDown, like what they just did. That would be like putting Raw versus SmackDown versus TNA, and there'd be 3 teams, and that'd be weird. In my opinion, I feel like that'd be way too many people.
We technically got 3 rosters going on right now. We got Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be way too many people like going into the match though, because 5, that's 15 people. 10.
I mean, that's so far gonna make WWE look like it's the only wrestling company so far.
Because TNA is the only other big one.
Right,
well,
there are other.
You count like UFC and such like that, but
UFC isn't really wrestling; it's mixed martial arts.
You said wrestling, and I was like, wait a second, no.
Because there's the Japanese wrestling, where Finn Balor made more of his career.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm more excited for now. I'm officially excited because in 2 weeks, SmackDown's next pay-per-view, which is WWE's TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, will be coming up in 2 weeks, where Dean Ambrose is going to fight AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what the name of the next pay-per-view for the Raw company.
I thought the name was on the network.
No, that one's for the SmackDown pay-per-view.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Because now SmackDown and Raw are doing separate pay-per-views.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Survivor Series was, on the major pay-per-views like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam, that's when the rosters will battle each other out.
Okay.
That's where they'll intertwine. But they'll have their own separate pay-per-views by then.
Makes sense.
That explains why SummerSlam, we had WWE, SmackDown, and Raw being on the same pay-per-view, and then came then came Clash of the Champions for Raw, then Backlash for SmackDown, then Hell in a Cell for Raw, No Mercy for SmackDown.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Well, for now, that's all we have for this. So the topic of this video was Survivor Series review, and then
WWE, just in general.
Yeah, and possibly who might come back.
Mm-hmm.
But
I personally want. There's a few people who are retired who I want to come back. I kind of want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin do one more match.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I was watching a video of Stone Cold's podcast where he was talking with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman was like, "Why don't we have a match between you and Brock Lesnar in Texas?" And I thought for a split second it was going to happen, but it didn't. But one last thing. Shout out to Goldberg. I doubt he'll ever see this though.
Yeah. Definite shout out. That was a great match. He made his kid got to see him wrestle live for the first time. His wife got to see him wrestle live for the first time, and they both got to see him win.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it was a short match, so that might have been like a little disappointing, but it's also not at the same time because short match means he's really good, and he just annihilated Brock Lesnar.
So shout out to Goldberg. Great match.
Oh yeah,
it was a great match, and we both hope to meet you one day. If you ever show up at a Comic-Con, I'll be looking forward to seeing you. Because right now in 2K17, I want you to be my next opponent in the game. But anyway, this is Dragon Samurai 14.
Sonic be champ.
Subscribe to our channels, and this is us, signing off for the day.